So my memory card just took a dump, and I just spent a couple of minutes, to say the least, showing how to take this thing apart. I just realized I also lost the intro I made to this video, um, so I guess I'll use this footage as the intro. This is my new BMW 323, 323i E46. It's a year 2000. Forget about the Ultima. That's all I can say. Just forget about the Ultima. It's no longer here. And we're in the Beamer gang. So the car came with some upgrades already. He got some wheels, upgraded the front brakes, seats, radio, couple things, coilovers. I'll do another walk around it, but for now I just want to get it running. When we bought the car, the transmission wouldn't shift into anything other than park and neutral. Oh, and reverse. So we fixed that, and then, as I said in the other video, I did some donuts, and this ended up blowing up on me the day afterwards. Alright, I threw the thermostat in, and I couldn't find a video on how to install it, probably because it's so damn easy. It's in there now, as you can see, but there's this little lip right here. This is the old one, but it's on the new one as well. And there's only one little crease, so it can fit that way. I can't zoom in because my lens sucks, but the crease is right here in the front where my fingertip is at. And you just push it, and then put, with the palm of your hand, put a little bit more pressure to make sure it's snug in there. It should sink a little bit more. And then that's that. So I'm gonna throw the expansion tank back in there and try to connect these hoses, and I should be good to go. Alright guys, we got everything. I think everything put back together. Let's see what happens. Give it a second. Cool. Doesn't look like anything's dropping. Gonna let it sit for a little bit, warm up, and see if it keeps the car cold. Cool. I just bled the system. I'm gonna take it on a quick test drive because I've been trying to bleed the system for like an hour, and it overheated on me on the first time. So I'm gonna take it around the block real quick, and hopefully I don't have the same issues. I'm gonna go grab my wallet. So it doesn't show it right now, but my car actually is overheating. Once it hits around 240 degrees Fahrenheit, the thermometer starts to lean towards its third quarter. Thankfully, I'm not that far away from home. I'm 3 minutes away, so. Yep, see. I don't know if you guys can see it that well, but it's starting to overheat. I was just down the road. I'm gonna sit here for a little bit. I'm only down the street. I don't know how far away I am, but it's definitely not worth blowing my motor. Yep, just as I said. See how it's starting to climb? As soon as it hits 240 degrees Fahrenheit, it starts overheating. Alright, I'm gonna kill it. Well, that's disappointing. I'm gonna start getting ready for work and eat. Then I'll come back to it later tonight. If not, I'm off tomorrow, and hopefully I can mess with it some more then. All right, guys, it's day 2 on the BMW. Hopefully, I figure out what the issue was. I'm gonna double check all the plugs, make sure I plugged everything in. I talked to the previous owner. He thinks it could be that the thermostat isn't activating, so I need to check what's up with that. That's a good place to start, and then just check around everything I touched. So I think I have it figured out. Um, After talking with my buddy, so I replaced this hose, which is still fairly warm, and then this hose down here, which is pretty room temperature, honestly. For the engine being warmed up nearby it, it doesn't feel like there's anything going in there. So I think my thermostat right there. Focus. Yeah, that right there. Cool. I'm gonna make a quick run to O'Reilly's. Let this thing keep cooling down. Last I checked, the coolant temp was at 160. So, actually, no, I still can't drain it. Well, I could drain it, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna drain it. Alright. Cool. I got it draining. I'm about to drop the car on this end and pick it up on the passenger side. That way it can all be tilting and hopefully get most of that coolant out. So it definitely helps if you pick up the car from the passenger side. I'm using the self-service jack right now. Definitely gets most of it out. Because before it'd just be like little drops. And the more I pick it up from the passenger side, the more the stream becomes more current. This is taking me a lot more time than I expected. But getting this fan off sucked. I had to go buy. What I just dropped. I had to go buy one of these, an adjustable wrench. I believe that's the name. Don't come at me in the comments. I'm tired. And I had to find one of these pry bars just laying around. So what I did is I put my pry bar behind the bolt right here. There's 4 bolts, just like that one, just like these right here. There's 2 other ones behind it. Just rested this one behind it, and with the little space I had, pushed it to the left and measured this one. It focuses to 32. It's not gonna focus, but anyway, it's like 32 right here. 32 millimeters. Put it on the other end, just like so. Oh, I moved it. Hold up. Yep, of course not gonna fit. There we go. 32. And then boom. So push down towards the left or the passenger side of the car on the pry bar, and then punch this down to the floor, and eventually it broke through. So now it's loose. I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna keep spinning it counterclockwise. I'm sorry, clockwise, not counterclockwise. You can see it's starting to fall out, or at least widen out. Jesus Christ, that's so much better. Alright, now I just gotta take this off and replace it. This is my thermostat, I believe. Take that off. And then there's like 2 bolts, or 4 in total. I think it's this one, and 2 underneath. Alright, so I got the thermostat off. It was 4 bolts, so it was 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter, and then a 13 millimeter right here, and then this plug, and then your two coolant hose, your lower one and your upper one right there. Just comes right out. Got it here to the side. Here's the old one, the new one. Main difference I see is corrosion and the bushings. Cool. Let's throw this back in. So, yeah, I was supposed to just replace a thermostat, and on my last bolt, I took it out because I was too frustrated to record. I snapped it. We got the die set here. Literally just drilled it out. My brother came by and fucking, excuse my language, he just came and took this thing out. BMWs are not difficult to work on. Just if you don't have the tools, you're wasting a lot of time going around the town finding them. If you don't know what you're doing, you're wasting a lot of time looking at videos on how to do it. But once you find out what to do, it's so simple. It's plug and play. Alright, I got the thermostat in there, looking good. Didn't make the same mistake and over tighten. Gonna throw the radiator back inside and hopefully get this car running today or tonight now. It's already like 7 o'clock. Alright guys, letting it warm up again. Not too much coolant dropping. Or none at all anymore. Trying to make sure everything works. Getting the temperature back to 240. Make sure it doesn't overheat. It's at 192 so far. And the gauge is right in the middle. It's hard to tell on the camera, but it's dead on the center. That doesn't matter until we hit that 240 point, or hopefully that new thermostat kicks in and we don't even get that far. Still feels cool. Alright, you guys can kind of see a little bit better now. It's at the midway point. We're at 204 on the coolant temp. And the way y'all can tell, this one right here, top middle one. I'm going to do some passes around the block and hopefully we can get that temp up and see if this thing overheats or not and solve the problem. I kept grabbing the hose and it still looks, feels normal, room temperature. I don't know if it's activated yet, but let's go see what we can do. Alright guys, I just did a couple passes around my neighborhood. Oh, still climbing, 208, cool. So it took a while. I wasn't able to get it past 206. It stayed at 204 for a little bit, then 206, and now I guess it just finally hit 208. But check it out. Probably can't see it. Turn my flash on. Again, doesn't matter until we get to 240, if it even gets that far. I'm gonna do one more pass around my neighborhood, and then check the hose, get underneath the hood, and see if it's warm now. Jesus Christ, I think that did it. The highest I got it was at 210, and it's managing to keep the temperature down. That's good. That means the fuck, I can't think. The thermostat, whatever the hell. That means the thing I just replaced but can't remember, is working. So hopefully I'm about to check underneath the hood. The other hose is warm now. Alright, let me see if I can. Damn, this thing's hot. Trying to touch that. Yeah, definitely warmer. Alright, yeah. Oh shit, that one's way hotter. Alright, well, good thing they're both working. Cool, right on. I think everything works. Any more leaks? Nothing's leaking? No. Except for that. Fuck that. Alright. I'm gonna go take a drive around town. First of all, I'm gonna take a shower and ride around, see if this thing acts up. So here's the car all washed up. Quick walk around. Interior's still a little messy. We got the Sparco Evo seats, tablet, reverse camera. That's a different steering wheel. Need to replace these door cards because I believe all of them are kind of need some love, like this one right here. But other than that, I don't think it was too bad. As it sits is how it came, except for we threw a sub in the back. But the dude threw this bumper on, the wheels, everything. It's on coilovers too. Feels super good. Alright guys, that's it. I'll see y'all in the next one. See what we do next.